Good evening, everybody. This is Dave Schlotzhauer with the National Weather Service, New Orleans, Baton Rouge office. I am here tonight to give you a little weather briefing about some weather that's coming through tonight, as well as another batch that'll be hitting us Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday morning. For a quick introduction to what's going on, it's going to be cold tonight. We wanted to talk about this because it's been a while since it's been really pretty cold, and it's a good review for what's going on and what you need to do to make yourself safe. On Tuesday afternoon through Wednesday morning, we're expecting the possibility of some severe weather, and along with that, frontal system that's driving that possibility of severe weather, we're going to see very windy conditions on Tuesday, and I'll touch on that very briefly. So for tonight, with the cold weather, we're looking at apparent temperatures, or the feels like temperature, in the upper 20s to mid 30s. And this is a reason to protect people and pets. We want to be safe. And the coldest temperatures look like they're going to be occurring right around sunrise tomorrow morning, but it's going to be a falling temperature from now through that time. And we want to advertise it so that you all can be safe with any cold-related issues. The severe weather that's coming through Tuesday into Wednesday looks like it's going to cover most of our area, with just a slight corner in our northwest area up here that's got a somewhat lesser chance of the severe weather, but certainly most of the area that we cover here in southeast Louisiana and southern Mississippi has a chance to see isolated to scattered severe storms. And it's kind of along a line to the east and south of Macomb and Baton Rouge. What we're looking at is damaging winds, tornadoes, and flooding rain primarily, but there's also some chance of seeing some large hail. We want to make sure that you're staying weather aware, that you have multiple ways to receive warnings, and if we do see any of that flooding rain, please don't drive through any flooded areas. There are some questions that we're looking at about whether we'll have all the ingredients that are necessary to produce the severe weather, and those ingredients hinge on the location of the front that's coming through that I kind of touched on briefly a couple slides ago. Where that front sets up and moves through, the further north it is more favorable for severe weather covering the area. The further south the front is, it decreases the coverage of severe weather. So we're going to be watching that very closely, and that figures into our forecasting. As we get closer to Tuesday during the day, we'll be able to hone in on a better idea of where that front is going to be, and therefore how widespread the severe weather will be and exactly where it'll be located. Now, even if the ingredients don't come together to produce severe weather, there will be very strong and gusty winds associated with that front. We're talking about 35 miles an hour sustained winds and gusting over 40 miles an hour. And that's going to be most of the day Tuesday until that front clears the area late Tuesday into Wednesday morning. When we talk about severe weather, we want to encourage people to be prepared, to plan ahead for when we have severe weather in the forecast. We like to advise people to think about staying informed and how you do that. And one way is with your cell phone to see any warnings from us that we issue. You can also have a weather radio. Watching TV, we have a good relationship with our broadcast meteorology partners, and they will be relaying any severe information that we put out. Know where to shelter if there's, especially if there's a tornado or high winds. The best place to shelter in your home is in the inside, as far away from the outer walls as possible, and have a family communication plan. Be able to find out where your family is and make sure they're safe. And then for post-storm safety, make sure, again, that you have a way to communicate. And in case, one good example is in case power goes out, make sure you have batteries. So to summarize, this is a long summary slide. There's a lot of words there, but it's really everything that I've talked about. We have low temperatures and wind combining tonight to bring the feels-like temperature into the upper 20s and low 30s. On Tuesday afternoon through Wednesday morning this week, we have severe weather possible. And we're still discussing amongst ourselves about whether all the ingredients will come together to produce that severe weather. And if they do come together, we can expect to see damaging winds, tornadoes, flooding rain, and perhaps some large hail. Now, even if those ingredients don't all come together to produce the severe weather, we're still looking at strong winds in the area, perhaps in the range of 35, even gusting to over 40 miles an hour. So we encourage you to have a severe weather plan and be weather aware. If you have any questions about this weather or even any other weather that's going on into the future, we're a 24/7 operation. You can always reach out to us through our Facebook account, through our Twitter account, or even call the office, and somebody will be here, pick up the phone, and answer any questions that you have. If we see comments and questions come across Facebook or Twitter or social media, we definitely try and respond to those as soon as possible. So everybody have a good night, and we'll talk to you next time.